Good evening, it's 8 o'clock. The top headlines tonight. 3 days after a deluge, Chennai, Tamil Nadu's capital, still waterlogged. The Madras High Court threatens to intervene. Ask the city corporation, what have you been doing since the 2015 floods? Dengue in Delhi, Zika in Kanpur. Disease spreads in our cities. A major dengue outbreak in Delhi. COVID beds now being made dengue beds. It's the worst dengue outbreak in the city in 5 years. Meanwhile, in Kanpur, nearly 100 cases of the rare Zika virus. The Chief Minister is arriving here tomorrow, so there's suddenly token cleanup being done. Newborn children die in a Bhopal hospital fire. 4 babies dead. The Bhopal hospital had no fire clearance certificates, NDTV finds. Kickbacks from NDA-1 to UPA era, claims a French website. Who did it go to? Fake invoices. The CBI was given this complaint, yet the deal went ahead. A new political flashpoint. Nearly 110 crores paid, according to these documents, allegedly between 2002 and 2012. Yet the Rafale deal was signed in 2016. The complaint in 2018, but not investigated. The Paytm IPO gets a tepid response on day 2, but is likely to pick up from tomorrow, say market experts. Meanwhile, a major focus on the Nykaa listing tomorrow. And this barefoot Padma winner, the showstopper among VIPs from the President and the Prime Minister, 77-year-old Tulsi Gowda has planted 30,000 saplings in Karnataka. Well, our lead story tonight remains Tamil Nadu and the situation there. Though there was heavy rain forecast today, the good news is that there's very little rain today in Chennai and in other districts of Tamil Nadu. Boats, of course, are out in Chennai for rescue ahead of that forecast, though luckily it's been so far pretty low rain. Also, the Chief Minister announced free food at Amma canteens till the end of the monsoon season. A 2-day holiday for schools and colleges will continue in 9 districts, including Chennai. But let's just look at the satellite picture, which shows a serious weather department warning for southern India till the 12th of November. There are actually 2 storms off the east and west coast which are threatening southern India. This prediction shows very to extremely heavy rainfall in Tamil Nadu, Kerala, coastal Andhra Pradesh, which is above 20 centimeters. But today, the Madras High Court had strong words for the city corporation. In the High Court hearing, they said that we'll intervene by Saturday if the situation is not resolved. And what have you been doing since the 2015 floods?
As large pockets of Chennai remain waterlogged for the 3rd day, the Madras High Court warned the Chennai Corporation that it would take up the issue if the situation does not improve by Saturday. The judges observed, what were you doing since 2015 floods? It's a pity, for half the year we long for water and the rest of the year we are flooded or die in waters. As Chennai Corporation deployed 41 rescue boats today at vulnerable points amid very heavy rain forecast, Chief Minister M.K. Stalin blamed the AIADMK government that was in power for 6 years since Chennai floods. After 4 days, waters have just receded from Kanchana's heart in Chennai's T Nagar. The domestic help has no money. She managed to send her 2 children to her brother's place.
குழந்தைங்க ஈர துணியோட அந்த 3 நாள் தண்ணியோட இருந்து அந்த துணியோட போய்க்குதுங்க குழந்தைங்க. மாத்திக்க கூட துணி இல்ல. நாங்க என்ன பண்ண முடியும் சொல்லுங்க? எங்களுக்கு யாருமே வரவே இல்ல. யாரும் வந்து எட்டி கூட பார்க்கல. ஒரு நாய் கூட எட்டி பாப்பாங்க. அந்த நிலைமையில நாங்க கடக்குறோம். எங்களை யாரும் வந்து எட்டி பார்க்கல.
At Mambalam, a residential hub, waters are still ankle to knee deep. For 60-year-old flower seller Sundari, things are turning difficult. The Tamil Nadu government says already the state has received 46% excess rain, 36 centimeters versus 24. The city received 21 centimeters rain on Sunday, just 4 centimeters less than what flooded Chennai in 2015. The Chennai Corporation says they averted a major crisis by early desilting of stormwater drains and rivers. While a very heavy rain alert is still on for 2 days, the corporation advises Chennaites to stay indoors.
They should have stored safe drinking water. Number two, the phone levels, etc. Phones should be charged.
But many pockets like this completely flooded even 2 days after 21 centimeters of rain pounded the city. There is worry about the impact of the likely very heavy rainfall. The Chennai Corporation says it's fully prepared. But conditions like this bring back memories of the 2015 deluge and its devastation. In Chennai with Suresh on the Basula Road, Sam Daniel, Find the TV.
Sam, it's really like a river where you are at Basula Road currently as well. So what actually explains it? Because of course we remember in 2015 where the real issue was how the river plains were actually just all concretized. Has anything actually changed? I can see the water's slightly less behind you, but this is 3 days later.
That's right. The Chennai Corporation says they have pumped in 5,000 crore rupees to install new stormwater drains, including extension areas, Sonia. But what you see is in the heart of the city at Basula Road, a 1 kilometer stretch, knee-deep waters, causing so much of hardship for commuters and local residents. And that's exactly why the Madras High Court has asked some tough questions. And with me, two youngsters, Malavika and Varsha, who live in this area. Thank you very much for your time. Explain to us the kind of experience you went through the last 3 days.
So I think one of the main issues that all of us face, especially people from my generation faced, was the fact that there was no power. And more to that, the fact that there was no Wi-Fi. Most of us started to work from home, and without Wi-Fi, we couldn't really get a lot of work done. And
in terms of water?
In terms of water, you see the water right now on the main roads, but it's also there inside the apartments, almost knee deep. So it was difficult to even get to the grocery store right at the end of the street. So it was quite difficult for us to move around anywhere outside the house.
Varsha, as a youngster, what in your view are the lessons to be learned now?
I think lessons have to be learned by both the government as well as the citizens of the city. And as you know, Madras is a city that was once brimming with a lot of lakes and natural water bodies. And since we built encroachments and commercial complexes on these ex-lakes, I think that we should be more sensitive to our surroundings. The government shouldn't allow such encroachments to come up, and citizens should be more wary of where their property is going to be.
Right. Your view of youngsters in Chennai, Sonia, and it's another night of worry and anxiety for both residents as well as officials, and they hope this would not turn into yet another repeat of the 2015 devastation.
Exactly,
Sonia.
and Sam, the rain has been much less today, as you pointed out. So the fact is that the heavy rain forecast still remains, so it could get worse. We hope not. Also, the fact that the young people there speaking much more sense than past politicians who are trading charges between it's the AIDMK's fault and it's the current government's fault. So that political infighting, the political fighting between the parties still as bitter as ever.
That's true. Youngsters look at this challenge in a whole different way, in a very mature way, and they want at least a new beginning to be made now so that in the coming decades, Chennai will be much more livable and safe in that sense, Sonia.
Right, Sam. Thanks so much. I said I hope it doesn't rain heavily there again tonight and tomorrow. But, you know, the whole point is that waterlogging, besides the issue of inconvenience, it also spreads disease. And currently, we're seeing our major cities battling viruses once again. First, of course, is COVID, where the country is seeing lower cases at the moment, but also we're now looking at other diseases. In Delhi, a major outbreak of dengue, the worst in 5 years, and in Kanpur, the very rare Zika virus. I mean, it was first reported in India and Kerala a few years ago, and now nearly 100 cases being reported in Kanpur alone. So look at our cities. look at what we talk about India, when three major diseases, three major viruses are what citizens are facing today. So let's just look at the latest COVID numbers first. So we are at 10,126 fresh cases, the lowest daily rise since early February. But again, remember that is before the deadly second wave. So cases are down. Deaths are up. They're still at 332. The vaccinations as of today are over 50 lakhs, but that's down 14%. Tests are at over 10 lakhs. The daily positivity rate is under 1%, which is good news. It's less than 2% for the last over a month. Let's just look at vaccines, because of course the vaccination rate needs to remain high. Now we saw the average in millions in September was 8.42 million, the average in October 5.19, and in November, in the first week, it's 2.98. So we need to step up our vaccination rate as well. The Prime Minister has chaired a meeting on this, and this really needs to have major focus. So as I said, but right now the worry is not just COVID, but in Delhi, this major dengue outbreak, the worst in the last 5 years. In fact, COVID beds are now being used as dengue beds in hospitals.
27-year-old Priyansh Upadhyay, an employee at a cold storage, was shifted from Firozabad to Agra and then to Delhi, when his platelet count plummeted to 18,000, much below the normal of 1.5 lakh to 3 lakh.
उन्होंने जब तबीयत ज़्यादा बढ़ती देखी, प्लेटें मेरी 18,000 रह गई थी, तो उन्होंने आगरा के लिए इस हॉस्पिटल के लिए रेफर किया था। खाना बिल्कुल बंद हो गया था, बिल्कुल भूख नहीं लगती थी, टॉयलेट करना बिल्कुल बंद हो गए थे, बिल्कुल शरीर एकदम बॉडी सुन्न हो गई थी।
Doctors confirm there are several dengue cases in the capital, much more than the last 2 to 3 years, but that many have come from the state of Uttar Pradesh.
We're getting complicated cases which are coming from NCR daily and even from UP.
But on a daily basis, at least 80 to 100 people are walking in with dengue fever and dengue symptoms.
Yes.
Out of which you say how many would be serious, just to give a range or a number?
About 20% would
About
be.
20%. Unable to deal with the rising numbers, a municipal hospital in East Delhi had to cancel elective and emergency surgeries to treat the nearly 250 dengue cases coming in each day.
Before Diwali, condition was worst. We were getting around 250 to 300 fever cases per day. Out of them, 70 to 80% patients were dengue patients. And our all wards were full. Now it has improved. Now today 127 patients are admitted. We are 40 to 50% patients are from UP. Loni, we are getting many patients from UP.
Charanjit Gupta's wife tested positive for dengue 4 days after she had a baby.
डिलीवरी के चौथे दिन से ही डेंगू हो गया था, तो थोड़ी सी दिक्कत परेशानी हुई है, और थोड़ी माँ को भी, थोड़े बच्चे को भी, जो उसको दूध पिलाने की भी दिक्कत थी, और हॉस्पिटलों में दिक्कत परेशानी होती है, इनसे यहाँ पर पूरी सुविधा मिली है।
Delhi has logged over 1,100 dengue cases between the 1st and the 6th of November, after reporting over 1,100 all through October and over 200 in September. Over 2,700 cases reported so far is the most since 2018. Doctors say that patients are coming in from neighbouring cities of Haryana and Uttar Pradesh into Delhi for treatment for dengue. Doctors have confirmed that Delhi at the moment is witnessing a dengue outbreak, and if timely action is not taken, then cases will only rise. With Mohammad Mursalin in Delhi, Shonakshi Chakravarti, NDTV.
So dengue now, you can see their patients again desperate, coming to Delhi for better medical facilities from UP and Haryana. But in Uttar Pradesh's Kanpur, there's now a Zika virus outbreak. Now Zika is extremely rare in India. So far, it's been reported mainly in Kerala. The good news is that so far there have been no serious symptoms associated with Zika, but the worry is that this can actually include an attack on the body's immune system, on the nervous system, and also the fact that it can affect unborn children. So dedicated Zika virus wards now set up at government hospitals. The Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath will be visiting here tomorrow, but as Alok Pandey reports, most of the preparations seem to be around the Chief Minister's visit rather than actually making sure that measures are taken to tackle the situation.
A hurried makeover for this Kanpur locality that has 2 Zika virus patients just ahead of Chief Minister Aditya Nath's visit. Apart from other engagements, the Chief Minister will review the city's Zika virus outbreak, UP's first ever, with about 100 confirmed cases in 3 weeks. Many residents complain efforts on the ground to contain the outbreak are cosmetic.
नाले जो हैं पूरी तरह से खुले हुए हैं। जाम नाले की वजह से इसमें मच्छर रात शाम को 5 बजे के आसपास तो इतने भीषण मच्छर होते हैं कि बिना मच्छरदानी के कोई सो नहीं सकता।
ये जो इस पे लिखा हुआ है कि 5 दिन से लोग आ रहे हैं सैनिटाइजेशन फॉगिंग करने आपके घर में,
ये हमें कुछ भी नहीं पता कि लगा है। हम लोग अंदर थे, वो लोग
सर एक बार सैनिटाइजेशन का जो इन्होंने लिखा है, जब पहली बार की बात हुई उस दिन हमारे घर के अंदर एक बंदा आया था सैनिटाइजेशन करने, जो इन्होंने ये दिन लगाए 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, ये रोज नहीं है।
5 kilometers away, at this major government hospital in Kanpur, some relief. Beds inside the dedicated Zika virus ward are empty. So far, almost all positive patients are either asymptomatic or have mild symptoms.
जिस हिसाब से अभी इस समय जो सुनाई देता है कि 66 केसेस फिर 89 केसेस ऐसे जो बढ़ रहे हैं, इनकी तादाद जो न्यूज़ के अकॉर्डिंग हमें प्राप्त हो रही है उसके अकॉर्डिंग हम लोग बिल्कुल अलर्ट मोड में हैं। जो पेशेंट हमारे यहाँ आए भी हैं फीवर के, जिनमें सिम्टम्स दिखाई दिया है, उसमें नॉर्मली वही फीवर और कुछ में वॉमिटिंग दिखाई दी है।
Apart from this government hospital in Kanpur, there are 2 other hospitals where dedicated Zika wards have been set up. Each of them have about 20 to 25 beds. The good news so far seems to be that in all of these hospitals, no patient has come in with very serious manifestations of the disease.
कौन कह रहा है कि कानपुर में मैनेज करने के लिए वो नहीं है? वो तो एक केस आया था तो उसकी ये हमारे उसी की तो जो केस निकल रही है मैनेज की तो चीज़ है कि जो हम लगातार रिग्रेसिवली सैम्पलिंग करा रहे हैं, रिग्रेसिवली जो मॉनिटरिंग करा रहे हैं, सर्वे करा रहे हैं, तो RRT से वो कर रहे हैं, सारे हॉस्पिटल्स में बेड भी वो हैं, तो हम पूरी तरह से सक्षम हैं।
Another worry in Kanpur. At least 3 pregnant women have tested positive for the virus. The local administration says so far they are healthy. With Arun Agarwal, Alam Siddiqui and camera person Vineet Kumar, this is Alok Pandey, NDTV.
And as if disease in cities isn't bad enough, after that horrific Ahmednagar fire on the weekend, now 4 newborn babies have died in a fire in a government hospital in Bhopal. The fire swept through a special unit of the Kamala Nehru Children's Hospital. And what's most horrific, these 4 little babies dead, their parents grieving, is the fact the hospital had no fire safety certificates. Anurag Dwari spoke to the Additional Commissioner of Fire, who said they'd been issued warnings but hadn't actually been shut down despite the fact that there were no fire clearance certificates.
क्या उन्होंने कभी अप्लाई किया कमला नेहरू ने? आपके पास कोई एप्लीकेशन आई है या रिन्यू नहीं कराया उन्होंने?
नहीं, कमला नेहरू की यदि हम बात करें प्रॉपर उसकी, तो उसके कोई एप्लीकेशन हमारे पास अभी तक नहीं है। हाँ, हमीदी हॉस्पिटल्स के जो नए कैंपस बने हुए हैं उनके द्वारा जरूर फायर एनओसी प्राप्त की गई।
लेकिन कुछ अभिभावकों ने हमें बताया कि जब वो फायर एक्सटिंग्विशर चलाने की कोशिश कर रहे थे, काम नहीं कर रहे थे। तो क्या वहाँ कोई जो अग्निशमन उपकरण है वो भी काम नहीं कर रहे हैं?
निश्चित रूप से हमारी जब टीम गई थी, जैसे ही हमको पता लगा वहाँ से कि आगजनी घटना हुई है, तो हमारी टीम ने तुरंत 15 मिनट के अंदर पहुँचकर वहाँ लगभग 1 घंटे की मेहनत मशक्कत के बाद आग पर पूरा काबू किया और चीज़ों को हैंडल किया। वहाँ पर देखने पे पाया, हमारी टीम द्वारा देखने को पाया जो इक्विपमेंट थे वो आउटडेटेड से लगे थे और काम नहीं कर रहे थे।
Well, that politics continues, but in other news, India's biggest IPO, the Paytm IPO, was subscribed 0.48 times on day 2 of the subscription. Experts say this is below average as per expectations for Paytm, but it's likely to be better on the final day, which is tomorrow. Also, the spotlight, of course, is on the listing of a Nykaa beauty and makeup website tomorrow. Meanwhile, the markets ended lower after a volatile trading day, the Sensex declining 112 points, the Nifty falling 24 points, Nifty Financial Services down 0.7%. This apparently because they're cautious on market momentum at the moment. And as we end tonight with this heartwarming story, and this is really about the woman, an environmentalist who's really become the showstopper of the Padma Awards, even amidst so many VIPs, the barefoot environmentalist Tulsi Gowda.
श्रीमती तुलसी गौड़ा, समाज सेवा, पर्यावरण।
ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದ ಗಿಡ ಮಾಡುವುದು ಕಾಡು ಕೊಡು ನೆಡುಕ ಆಗ 1 ಕಾರ್ ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಕೊಡ್ರು ನಂಗೆ. ಒಂದು 20-30 ವರ್ಷ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿದೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಕಡೆ ಅದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ನನ್ನ ದಿಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೋದು ನಾಕೊಂಡು ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಕರ್ಕೊಬಂದು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದು ಈಗ ಹೋದೆ. ನಂಗೆ ಪರಿಸ್ಥಿತಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ರು, ಅದು ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಗೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟದ್ದು, ಅವರಿಗೆ ಅವರೇ ತಕೋಗಿರು. ಅದು ಇಕ್ಕಣಲ್ಲ ನಾನು. ಈಗ ನಾನು ಮತ್ತು ಗಿಡ ಬೆಳೆಸ್ತೆ, ನರ್ಸರಿಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತೆ ಬತ್ತೈತೆ. ಈಗ ಹೋಗೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ, ಈಗ ಹೋಗ್ನಿಲ್ಲ. ನನ್ನ ಮೊಮ್ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ 7 ಮಂದಿಗೆ ನಂಗೆ ಕೆಲಸ ಬೇಕೀಗ. ಹಾಂ, ಹುಡುಗಿಗೊಂದು ಹುಡುಗಗೊಂದು.
श्री हरेकल हाजब समाज सेवा।